Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, put the kettle on, sit down, and do not. I repeat, do not get up until I am finished because the tea is scalding hot today and I am on the verge of a complete mental breakdown. I need you to validate me, or slap me, or tell me I'm not crazy because I feel like I am living in a bizarre reality show. You know how I have a bleeding heart, right? Well, that trait is currently ruining my life. My friend was unemployed for a year, finally got a job in my city, but lived 4 hours away. So, being the absolute saint idiot that I am, I said, "Oh my God, just crash at my place until you get on your feet. Please, punch me in the throat the next time I say that." She moves in, colonizes my living room, but here is the kicker. She still has her apartment in the old city. She has a whole-ass apartment 4 hours away with a year left on the lease, and she claims she can't find a subletter. She says she can't afford to break the lease and can't afford 2 rents. So her solution, living with me for free, $0, 0 cents. She has a job, she is collecting a paycheck. But she hasn't offered me a dime for bills, food, nothing. She's just existing here like a piece of furniture that eats leftovers. But wait, it gets worse. You know it gets worse. If it were just her, silently scrolling on her phone on an air mattress, I might be able to handle it for a bit longer. But she didn't come alone. She brought the cat. Now listen, I love animals. But this creature, it is a biological weapon. She brought this cat into my home, and she neglected to mention one tiny, insignificant detail. The cat is not litter box trained. How? How does a 29-year-old woman own a cat that doesn't know how to use a box of sand? It is the one instinct cats have, but not this cat. This cat thinks my entire apartment is its personal toilet. I am at my wit's end. The smell. Girl, I can't even describe the smell without gagging. I come home from work tired, and I am hit with the scent of ammonia the second I open the door. It's in the carpet. It's in the corners. I found a wet spot near my bookshelf yesterday, and I nearly cried. I scrubbed it with enzyme cleaner until my hands were raw, but I swear I can still smell it. And it's not just the pee. The cat yowls all night. I'm trying to sleep, and it's singing the song of its people at 3:00 a.m. I feel like a prisoner in my own home. I can't have a quiet moment. I can't save money on utilities because she's taking 40-minute showers. And it's been 2 months, 2 months of this. I keep waiting for her to say, "Great news, found a subletter, I'm moving out next week." But every time I ask, it's the same sad story. "Oh, nobody is interested. Oh, the landlord is being difficult." Well, I know what I want her to do. I want her to get a second job. I want her to work nights at a bar, deliver Uber Eats, I don't care. Just make enough money to get your own studio apartment so I can reclaim my sanctuary. Is that mean? Am I being a monster? Part of me wants to sit her down tonight, look her dead in the eye, and say, "Listen, this is it. The hotel is closing. You need to get a second job, you need to figure out your lease drama, and you need to be out in 60 days. But then the guilt creeps in. I know she's stressed. I know she doesn't want an eviction. If I kick her out, do I ruin her life? But surely I am ruining my life by keeping her here. My apartment smells like a zoo. My bank account is crying over the water bill. And the friendship. I feel like the friendship is already cracking. Every time I see her sitting on my couch, looking comfortable while I'm stress cleaning cat pee, I feel this ball of resentment growing. If I don't say something soon, I'm going to explode, and I'll end up screaming at her and throwing her stuff off the balcony like a crazy person in a soap opera. I don't want to lose her as a friend. We've been friends for years. But she is taking advantage of me, right? Or is she just clueless? How can you watch your friend scrub your cat's urine out of a rug and not offer to pay for professional cleaning? How can you live rent-free and not buy the groceries? I feel like I'm being gaslit by the situation. Like because I offered her a place to crash, I signed a contract to be her mother, her landlord, and her maid indefinitely. So here is the million-dollar question. How do I tell her to get the hell out without destroying the friendship? I was thinking 60 days. Is 60 days generous? That gives her 2 whole months to find a solution. That would mean she stayed here for 4 months total. 4 months of free rent is a gift, right? But I'm terrified she's going to cry. I drove around the block 3 times today before coming upstairs because I didn't want to face the living room. That is not normal. You have to tell me exactly what to say. Script it for me. Because if I go in there without a plan, I'm either going to cave or I'm going to snap and tell her that her cat is a demon. God, even talking about it is stressing me out. Pour me a glass of wine. So, what's the verdict? Am I the worst friend in the world, or is she totally out of line? Give me the tea, girl. I'm ready.